What's up, guys? We're back with another video. Just trying to get everything done. Got a race coming up and need to get to work like right now. So that's the plan. We out here Wednesday night, 3 days till race day, and a little behind. I should have been testing right now, but before I take this off, you guys obviously know I got the coilover set up now. I just want to show you what setup I had. This is BFH stuff right here, but I had a 3-inch poly spacer from eBay or something with a stock just regular old Mustang spring Foxbody with the Team Z lower control arm on the Racecraft Inc. the lowest hole it'll go. And you guys see how much separation I had. The only problem with that was I didn't have a shock to control it. I had just some basic 10 ways that are actually for sale if anybody wants them. If I still have them when this video goes up, they're for sale along with the spring and probably the spacer. So all you gotta do is buy the Racecraft Inc. Instant setter brackets, weld them on your rear, and you can have the same setup and separate like a radio car like mine did. Yeah, just want to show you guys the setup before I take it all off. Well, we out here again, guys. Getting a little sick, so don't mind the voice. Thursday night, around 8 p.m. and got the coilovers all on. Got the old springs off. If anybody wants them. There's the inboard coilovers. Turned out real good. Wish I did this a lot earlier with this car, because it would have solved a lot of problems. It's easy to get the bar angles now. It just makes everything easier. Unclamp them in the rear is pretty much free, so definitely happy about them. Race days in about 1 day. I got one more day of work left. That's tomorrow, Friday, and I'm off Friday. So I'm gonna try my hardest to knock everything out. I got the gas tank back here that I still need to pop in. I gotta go get some fuel. I'm gonna get some 1R ethanol. I overnighted some rear brake lines from CJ Pony Parts. They should be here tomorrow because I broke one of my lines when we were doing the coilovers. Went to Advanced, got like a universal line kit, and it was the wrong thread and the wrong flare. So I hit up CJ's and they said they're gonna overnight me one. So it should be here tomorrow. And it needs to be here tomorrow or else we ain't racing Saturday. So other than that, I gotta mount my ballast. I have 825 plates. And if I have some time, do some Holly stuff. I got the new CAN IO module. So maybe try to do that, but that's on the bottom of the list. So just gotta get it up and running. I gotta set the pinion angle, make sure the bar angles are all right and even. Just center the rear, stuff like that. So it's not that much. We got tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow the weather's good and we can get it all knocked out, and we'll be racing Saturday. This whole week has been a disaster. I mean, I feel like everything's been stacked against me. Nothing's went right. Of course, it's mainly my fault because I procrastinate. I always wait till the last minute. I knew about this race for probably 2 months. It's a team race. I'll post the flyer right here. Probably about 2 months ago, I was asked if I wanted to be on someone's team for the street. And I said, yeah, I probably wouldn't mind. They asked if I had traction control and all that. And I said, I'm about to get it. You know, can I get down on a radial? Like, no, but I can try. And it just kind of got put to the back. And then a couple weeks ago, he's, hey, you know, you going to be ready for this? It's like, oh, you were serious. So I guess I better get to work, start ordering parts, start taking everything apart. And you know me, I'm a procrastinator. I wait to the last minute for everything. I'm late to everything. I can never do anything before or on time. I'm always just the last one to do it. I don't know, I can't help it. It's just the way I am, I guess. But so last weekend, put it up on jack stands, put it in the driveway, and started to get to work. Dropped the fuel tank, pretty much took everything off, took the wheels, just got everything ready for the coilovers. I've had the Wild Rides inboard coilover kit for a couple months now, you know, just waiting to be put on. It's the Wild Rides 2.0 kit to where you can keep the stock tank, and that was like a must for me because I got to keep the stock tank. I don't want to sell. I don't want to build a firewall. I don't want to take up space. You know, I do drive this car on the street. Not as much as I like, but it does get driven, and I don't want to have my whole trunk space taken. So that kit kind of stood out to me, and that's why I got it. And it was a really nice kit. So I'm no welder. I don't weld. I've never welded in my life. I want to, maybe one day, but I leave that all up to my dad and friends. So we got to doing the inboard coilover kit, and that was a headache right there. Just nothing seemed to go right that day. It was like 100 degrees. We're outside, got the canopy, got a little Milwaukee fan, and we're just miserable. My girlfriend and the kids, they were all in the pool. I just wanted to hop in the pool and say forget it, but I knew it needed to be done. So while we're doing the inboard coilovers, anti-roll bar tabs needed to be moved because the links have been bent to the left for a while, or I'm sorry, bent to the right. I don't know why. I think it's because the previous owner welded the tabs and the rear wasn't squared, so when I squared the rear and made everything square, it bent them up. It didn't bend them, but it's got them lopsided, so I know they bind. So I've been wanting to redo that, so we figured we might as well lop them off. We got new tabs for it, so welded them on. You know, got rid of the springs and the shocks. So now I'm on inboard coilovers, so that makes everything a lot easier. I got the Racecraft lower control arm bracket, so I can adjust the bar angles for separation. I have the Team Z relocated upper kit. That's not on the car yet, but I've had them for probably about a year. I got them from Race Status Garage about a year ago. Got drive shaft sensor from Low Dollar. Got a CAN IO module from Holly. You know, they hooked me up with that. They hooked me up with the traction control. So don't tell anybody, but the car will have traction control. What else? You dropped the fuel tank because I wanted to put the plastic cover back on because I never cut it out for the sump when I did the sump. And it kind of, the metal on metal with the metal straps start to rub. So I wanted to put the plastic cover back on. I wanted to find a solution to mount weight, so I still have to do that. That's going to be nothing. Yeah, mounted the ARB tabs, mounted the coilover brackets, top and bottom. Raised the lower bar up a little bit so it won't separate as much. Have double adjustable shocks now so I can actually control the rear and not just the front. You know, all this doesn't sound like a lot, but somebody like me that's not really experienced in this, that kind of just learns as I go, that only has a driveway, their parents' driveway, and a canopy as a shop. You know, that's a lot of work for me. You know, I work 8 hours a day, sweat all day in a factory, and then come home, it gets dark in 3 hours. So I don't have that much time. On the weekends, I have my son. So, for most people that have a shop right at their house or whatever that can stay out until midnight, I envy you because I would get so much more done if I had that life, but maybe one day. But like I said, I know it doesn't sound like much, but it is a lot once you actually start doing it. You know, I keep a list in my phone notebook of everything that I need to do, and I look at the list, I'm like, well, that's not much, that probably take me 2 days. Well, then 3 days goes by and I get 2 things done off the list. You know, what I think would be quick, I end up just like the brake line. I broke the brake line. Now I gotta wait and hope that this overnight package shows up with brake lines, because if not, we're not gonna be able to race. So, I mean, it always looks easy, but once you get to doing it and you find things that are broken or need to be replaced or that you don't like, you know, all that stuff adds up. You know, doing the coilovers, that needed to be exact. You can't just weld them wherever, you know, they gotta line up right. So I got a lot done in a short period of time and the crunch that I was in. And now we just got to finish it up tomorrow. We got Friday, one more day left. Load it up on the trailer Friday night, and then hope it doesn't rain Saturday, and then head out there and do some backside racing on a radial and see how that ends up for me. All right, guys, happy Friday. It's a beautiful day. Hopefully the weather holds for tomorrow and we're able to race. I just got to the house, about to start finishing up the car and getting it ready to go. When I woke up, I stopped at Felix Performance in White Marsh, Maryland, and picked up some 1-ethanol. I figured if we're racing for money, we might as well get the good stuff. I've never used it. I've only ever used like Pumpy 85. So I wanted to get the good stuff, see how I like that, make sure the car is tip-top shape, and try to get some W's tomorrow. Good, how are you? Perfect timing.
Snap a quick photo,
Oh.
if you don't mind. Using these pictures, man.
Yeah.
I'd rather leave it to him.
I know.
Have a good week.
You too, man. Well, shout out to CJ Pony Parts for making this happen. Overnighted some brake lines since I broke mine. Now I'll be ready to go. Just hopefully these fit. Hopefully these are right. Hopefully it all goes right. All right, got the brake lines on. Got everything buttoned up here. Got the weight mounted. 100, 100, and then I got some concrete just in case 200 is not enough. Back down on all fours. I set the rear ride height. Might need to adjust the control arms a little bit just to move the tire back, but got all the weight mounted. Looking real good under here. That's how I mounted the weight. That's just temporary. I'm gonna have to change it up, maybe weld a plate for reinforcement, because that metal's way too thin to be holding all that weight, but should be good for one event. Just gotta put the fuel tank and bleed the brakes, oil change, check the trans fluid, you know, regular routine stuff, and we should be good to go for tomorrow.
Hold it. All right, pump it up. Hold it.
All right, like 8:30 Friday night, and we're ready. Wow, we're as ready as we're gonna be. I wish I could say that I'm ready and confident and tested, and I can't. So I didn't get a chance to make any test passes, but you know, whatever. I kind of know what this car does, so I'll be all right. Got the weight mounted, new brake lines on, bled, fuel tank back on, lines back on, tires on, pinion angle set, upper and lower set. It's about the storm, so I gotta hurry up. Got the electronics hooked back up, and then tomorrow I'll probably do the oil change and put some trans fluid in it at the track, since we'll have some time. But yeah, if you're watching this video now, Saturday morning, head on out to Capitol and see some pretty good racing today and tonight. It's gonna be a good time. I think it's 12 or 14 teams of 7 and a bunch of different classes. So if you want to come out, see what's up, wish me luck, and I will try my best to make a good video out of this. All right, guys, thanks for watching.